What's up, nerds? We're your hosts. I am Chad.
And I am Jake. This is our weekly podcast where we explore the world of nerd from TV, movies, games, comics, news, and books.
We will give you our opinions, theories, and oftentimes spoilers.
We will also have friends and experts as guests on the show to elaborate further on those topics.
But be prepared. We like to have a few drinks, so buckle up.
If you want to support our show, like, share, and subscribe wherever you enjoy your podcasts.
You can also become a premium subscriber over at buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd.
So let's get into it. This is the All Things Nerd podcast.
Nerd.
Welcome, nerds, to the All Things Nerd podcast, your weekly dive into all things nerd. Chad, I hope you had a good week. I almost did it. I'm not gonna. Chad, I hope you had a good week. But let's jump into our first topic. But first,
Cheers.
cheers.
So let's kick off this episode with Percy Jackson and the Olympians, the finale, episode 8. This show was so fucking good. So it picks up on the beach, exactly where the cliffhanger from the last episode was. And you get a couple of flashbacks of Percy talking with Luke about how, you know, the gods have to follow the rules. You know, they have to play by their own rules, but that's where the demigods or the half-bloods really have an advantage because they don't have to. But it was really cool because Percy challenges Ares to single combat, which you would think, dumb idea. You're a 12-year-old who learned how to swing a sword 6 months ago, and you're going to challenge the god of war? Good luck, bud. But yeah, how does it go, Jake?
Well, I thought in that scene, because they fight each other and it doesn't go great for Percy right away. But then he summons his Aquaman forces and
Aquaman.
but I honestly thought that it was his dad coming to help him. I thought his dad was gonna show up and be like, no. That's not what happened. Percy uses his Poseidon powers, whatever you want to call it, to fucking just
It sounds weird when you phrase it that way. His Poseidon powers.
his Poseidon powers to make Ares super wet, and yeah.
Starting off strong. Sorry, Mom.
No, it was really good, and then it was the tournament or fight was supposed to be whoever draws first blood wins, and Percy gets him in the back of the leg, and wins, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
For like a kid do to the god of war.
Yeah. It was cool because, you know, it was single combat. So
if
Ares couldn't...
all you single ladies, anybody could have. But if you have like a significant other, you're not allowed to fight.
Oh, you're dumb sometimes.
I'm hilarious all the time.
Yeah. You make dumb jokes sometimes, but they're funny.
I make hilarious jokes all the time.
So stubborn. But no, it was... First off, it was really cool to actually see when Ares just gets, you know, cut and he bleeds gold.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
It just looked really cool. And the I thought it looked cool.
I thought it reminded me of like Twilight with like the glitter, you know.
Oh.
I'm a monster. And then
Show them,
and
show them, sparkle. Boom.
then yeah. And then yeah, so he's like bleeding and it was just like gold glitter was coming out of him and I was like, "Oh,
Well, you just made me enjoy it a little bit less. Thank you.
that's title of your sex tape."
Aww. Oh, shit.
Thank you, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, for introducing that to my life.
What was really, it was really awesome, but also very sad and heartbreaking was we got to see Lance Reddick for the last time on screen.
And it was such a small, like, not role. Obviously, the role was huge, but it was such a small, like, moment. Not even moment. What do you mean? What do I mean?
Like, scene. It was.
Scene. It
Yeah.
was such a small scene. Hi.
Yeah.
The
He.
problem is.
Yeah. I mean, no, you're doing great. Um. Yeah.
Remember, I was like, I think I'm not drunk enough for this, and I think it all just hit me, like, right now.
Huzzah! But
Yes, Lance Reddick, we love you.
and I don't know how they're going to recast for Zeus. I mean, because even though, like you said, it was a small moment, scene, role, not role. No, I'm just kidding. Since it wasn't a lot of screen time, but he was so like commanding and like prominent in the scene. Like
Which was cool
he-
because
you could
like
feel that he was powerful just by watching.
and I really like that because they in a lot of like if you watch like Hercules, like the cartoon version, like Zeus is like this lovable like dad figure, but in actual Greek mythology, Zeus is an asshole.
Yeah,
Asshole.
asshole.
He's an ass. Let me check your assholes.
And he's popping off on
He's-
everybody's assholes.
No, popping each other's assholes. But he's an asshole, big time. And I so it was kind of nice to see that they did that instead of like making him like this like huggable, lovable, you know, teddy bear.
I'm Russell Crowe.
Yeah. It was and then Percy's dad does show up because Zeus was about to kill him, about to kill Percy. And his Poseidon shows up and like does like the old nah, don't do that. You know.
Yeah.
And it took me the entire season to realize who Percy's dad was or where I recognized him from.
Oh my god, please tell me because I didn't look it up and it was
I
bothering me because
it was like just a little bit bothering me because I wasn't like obviously I didn't care enough to look it up. I was like I know him from somewhere and I was like wow. And I was like it'll come to me eventually. He's Netflix's Lost in Space. He's the dad.
that's probably why I didn't actually watch Lost in Space.
Oh, it's really good. You should watch it.
It'll go on the list.
But anyways, yeah.
Also
Yeah.
kind of crazy because he looks has a lot of the very similar like looks to how they cast Poseidon in the show as how they cast him in the live like the film
Who
movie.
plays him in the film? I don't remember.
He was on Grey's Anatomy forever. I don't remember the actor's name. But yeah, like they look quite similar.
I think I already know who it is. It's that big freaking like German dude.
Is he
I think
German?
I know. I don't know. That was. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
A bit assumptive.
No, not Olympians. You dum dum. The movie. I want to see the movie. Anyways, I do know exactly who you're talking about. He was in he was in a stupid movie with Dempsey. What's his name?
Patrick Dempsey.
Patrick Dempsey and God
Was it a Grey's Anatomy movie?
damn it.
I'm just saying.
No. It was like the it was like the bridesmaid or something like that where
Oh,
it was a
I think
rom-com. It
I
was a
think I know what you're
rom-com.
talking about, but I never saw it. But
Yeah.
um, anyways,
Anyway, hello. Back
Off
to what
topic.
we're talking about.
but then as the episode, it doesn't have as like big of an ending as you would expect a show to have. It kind of wraps up in like the midway point of the episode, and then kind of sets up for season 2, which is pretty sweet.
It is who I thought it was. His name is Kevin McKidd. But
Kevin,
yeah,
my kid. I mean, what?
yeah. Anyways, okay, sorry.
And even like the final showdown between Percy and Luke, it wasn't as big and cinematic as they did in the movie. I'm sure it's much more accurate
It's got time to build because in the movie, Luke gets the shoes from the what do you call him? Who's the shoe guy with the wings on it that almost dragged Grover into the pit?
Hermes, his father.
Hermes. Yeah. In the movie, Luke wears those shoes while fighting Percy.
Yeah, but that was to get the bolt to then bring to Zeus.
Yeah.
So
I literally screamed it every episode. I was like, "He's the bad guy. He's the bad guy."
I know every time
It was him.
every time he shows up, I was like, "How do you not suspect this dude?
Yeah.
He's giving you everything."
Yeah. God, he's so likable though.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But we do see that he got his Percy got his mother out of Hades, which is cool.
Did he?
I don't know.
Did he? So I had this like sneaking feeling
Is
at
this
the end of
Inception again? This is the top.
I had a feeling at the end of it that it is not the way like so basically at the end of the show, the end of the season is this like big happy ending and not the way that you know. But there is love you. Just kidding. I don't know why I said that. I'm drunk.
Is the just kidding about loving me or about being mean?
Pick one. I said pick one. You could have picked the nice one. You could have picked the nice one.
Okay, Mario, keep going.
Anyways, there's like this happy ending that seems a little too happy to me. I feel like maybe he didn't escape and he and his mom are both still trapped there. Only because I never read the books. So here, like, any of our listeners, whatever, that have read the books, please correct me. Because I don't know anything other than the Logan Lerman movies. But in the movies, like, there's like an interaction between Hades and Rosario Dawson's character in
Persephone.
yeah, in the underworld where they like have like a big showdown, and that never happened in this show. So I'm like, did he get her out, or is there like something else going on that we just don't know yet?
Yeah, I don't know. But also, what was funny is that his stepdad just gets turned to stone.
Yeah. Do you think way off top? Well, not really, but do you think Percy's mom is hot?
Um, yes.
Cool. Me too.
I'm sorry, Miss Jackson. Ooh,
Ooh, I
am
am
for
for
real.
real. Never. Oh, never mind.
Yeah. Not gonna continue on with those lyrics in the song. Partially for copyright reasons, okay? We did not license that song. Can't go more than 16 seconds. Title of your sex tape.
But yeah,
Sorry.
babe. Hey!
Isn't she asleep? You're just like
No,
yelling through
she's
the
up
house.
on the. I'll actually laugh if she actually comes down here.
Uh,
Like what? Oh, I was just kidding. Sorry, babe.
well, anyways, everyone should watch this show. Before season 2 comes out, I think I'm not a young adult
read the
anymore,
books.
but I think I'm gonna have to.
I also want to read the um Maze Runner books as well. Because I hear that the books and the movies are just nothing alike, and I'm very curious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, one thing that you don't have to be curious about is if you are looking for an energy drink that has 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 crash, you don't have to look any further than Ray's energy drinks. If energy drinks aren't your thing, but you still like some supplements, protein-packed desserts, things like that, they have it all, including some plant-based options. So listen up, learn how to save 15%. We'll be right back with you with a little bit of trivia. What's up, nerds? I wanted to take a minute and talk to you about Ray's Energy, an incredible energy drink that provides max energy with 0 crash. Ray's Energy takes a giant leap of faith with instilling a high-quality formula to bring a powerful, yet sustained, energetic experience to help you push your workouts and focus to the next level. Perfect for anyone at any time, empowered by their refresh formula technology, Ray's Energy delivers a performance-enhancing energy drink that aids in multiple different categories that include targeted focus, better recovery time, improved clean energy levels, and a boost in stamina and hydration. But most importantly, every can of Ray's Energy has absolutely 0 calories, 0 sugar, and 0 carbohydrates to give you a smarter and healthier option. So don't settle for an energy drink that contains more sugar and carbohydrates than you can count. Instead, head over to repsports.com. That's REPPSPORTS.com and use the promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout for 15% off your order. Or if you don't know what you want, go ahead and click the link that's in the description to get a $50 sample pack for free. All you do is you cover the cost of shipping. Again, make sure you use promo code NERDPODCAST at checkout to let them know that we sent you.
All right, we are going to continue our.
Sorry, it was just, you said something, looked at me, waited for a response, just dead silence, then you're like, okay. That's what broke me, I'm sorry.
We're going to continue this new thing we're doing, this trivia, which seems to be going really well. So,
Also, before we get into the question, because this week you're asking me a question, if our listeners want to try and stump us, send in your question. First off,
anything nerdy.
Yeah. But also, who you want to ask it of. If you want to ask for Jake to answer it, find us on Instagram, that's probably
Yeah.
the easiest way because you can get to both of our profiles from our podcast that way and send us the question.
It's the only way to make sure that we're not cheating. Like, if you want to ask me a question, send it to Chad.
Yeah.
If you want to ask Chad a question, send it to me. And that way,
Especially if you want to, just because I keep up on our email a little bit more than Jake does. So don't just send it to our email. One of us will see it,
yeah.
and it might not be the right person. Anyways, we love you.
Okay.
Let's get into the question.
This is the question this week. This is for Chad. All right, ready?
Yeah.
These two characters once used a force dyad to seek immortality and unlock the full power of the dark side. However, their attempt failed despite their extensive research and experiments into manipulating midi-chlorians to cheat death. Who are the two Star Wars characters? And if you need me to...
Okay.
yeah. That's why...
So-
Did I say those words right?
I don't know about the diad or dyad. It's midi-chlorians. You said it. You just
midi-chlorians. Yeah, I said that one right.
Oh.
Do you want me to read it again?
Well, from what I heard, and then I guess correct me, is that these two people used like a diad or dyad. I don't even know what it would be. To find immortality by unlocking the full potential of the dark side by manipulating midi-chlorians.
Mm-hmm. To cheat death.
But they had extensive research and other...
Basically, they Lord Voldemorted.
Oh. Okay. This is... Ooh. See, originally what I was thinking was... I don't remember what the device was called, but I don't think that this is it, because it wasn't intended to unlock the full potential of the dark side. But Ezra Bridger and Darth Maul.
Well, that's your guess?
No, that's where I first went, and then you said to cheat death and unlock the full potential. So I want to go Darth Plagueis and oh my god, Darth and Tyrannus. Plagueis and Tyrannus.
Darth Plagueis is one of them, but the other one is wrong.
Oh, and wait, Darth Plagueis. Palpatine? Which I thought that they were the same person.
Darth Plagueis and Sheev Palpatine, also known as
The Emperor.
Nope. Darth Sidious.
Sidious. Oh my god. Tyrannus was his first apprentice. God damn
That's amazing, because I don't know who the fuck Darth Plagueis is. That's why I was like, I don't know if Chad's going to get this one. You got half of it. That's pretty good.
Well, I said Palpatine when you said that it was not Tyrannus, so it took me a second. But think the opera scene in Episode 3 when Palpatine is sitting next to Anakin. He's like, have you ever heard the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise? You know, he was so powerful in the Force he could even prevent his loved ones from dying. That's Darth Plagueis, who was his master.
Nice work, bud.
That was challenging because my mind went in a couple different ways for a little while.
Oh.
Whew.
I wouldn't have got that one.
I got very warm, trying to think through this.
Yeah.
This
Wow,
question was brought to our listeners by Marty over at Digicat Tech.
I don't know if he likes being called Marty. We'll have to talk to him about it.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry.
His name is it's my cousin. His name is Martel,
Hmm.
or technically his name is Vanud. Martel, I won't say his whole name on here because
Yeah,
I don't know if he wants me to. But I have been calling him Marty for years.
that's how
Um
I address him too,
m
because of you.
maybe yeah, maybe as a
And
way to get under his skin, but it kind of caught
oh,
on because some of my cousins also call him Marty now, and it's kind of funny. So, uh,
oh, I'm sorry, Mister
I don't
Digicat Tech.
like I said, I don't know if he dislikes or likes that I do that. I just have been doing it, and he's never been like, "Dude, stop calling me that." You know what I mean?
Dude,
Like,
stop.
so I don't. Yeah, dude, stop. So, so me, yeah, I'll keep calling him Marty because.
Yeah, your family. I should call him by a preferred name.
You'll have to ask him what that is, because
Yeah. All right. Again, for our listeners, this was a much more challenging trivia question. If you want to try and stump us, by all means, send in your trivia questions. You know, a couple of sentences as a hint. Send it to either Jake or myself, depending on who you want to have answer the questions. And we'll filter through them, and if yours is picked, we'll give you a shout out. And if you stump us, we'll send you some sort of swag. Haven't decided what it is yet, but you'll get something from us.
yeah.
On that note, let's transition into some nerd news.
Ooh, we got a lot of nerd news.
And this first one's a bit
Let's
sad, but
let's start. I was gonna say let's start sad and go happy because I don't want to end on sad.
well, we're going to come
Uh,
back to talk about this one a little bit more for our second segment, so let's
yeah,
just mention it.
yeah.
But
Uh, Carl Weathers, aka Apollo Creed, um,
aka
yeah,
Chubbs.
aka Winnie the Bish, uh, passed away yesterday. The official statement right now is that he passed at the age of 76, um, in his sleep, peacefully. We don't know if there was an illness tied to this or not. Um, Hopefully not. I hate to see. Carl Weathers has been in my life since I can remember. I used to watch the Rocky movies with my dad and my brother when I was a kid. Um, Happy Gilmore in my teen years,
Yeah,
into my adulthood with Mandalorian. You know what I mean?
yeah.
He's been there, and I'm a big fan.
Almost
And I
50 years of
no, I'm only
no,
36.
but of for his whole career.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Sorry.
I know.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
It is very sad. It's a huge loss. Predator, if you guys have ever seen Predator, if you haven't, check it out. It's a cheesy horror movie with Arnold and Carl Weathers. You son of a bitch. You know what I mean?
Predator and shit.
Yeah. uh Fucking A, man. This is a huge loss. It's very sad. I really am a big fan. Like I don't know. I don't think we ever like talk about Carl Weathers outside of like Mandalorian, but since I can remember, I've been watching his movies. Like, yeah, so this is a big one for me. It's sad. Love you, dude. Thank you for your art and your talent, and I hope you're, I
Doing
don't know.
better.
Yeah,
Resting
I don't
easy.
really, I don't
Resting.
really believe in afterlife, so I'm
Yeah.
like, I didn't know how to end that. It's like, I hope you're.
Well,
Oh shit, yeah,
his,
yeah,
his memory will carry on, and his work will
yeah,
continue to bring joy to people for years to come. I mean,
much better. You did
the
a better
the
job with that
original
than yeah.
Rocky films still are enjoyable
Hell yeah,
decades later. So
hell yeah.
it'll be there. To not dwell on
Contrast.
on death.
Contrast.
Yeah. According and confirmed by James Gunn for his DCU whatever, we have an official casting for our Supergirl. And I'm really excited about this one.
It's me. Surprise, guys. I'm fucking famous now.
Yeah.
I just gotta dye my hair. Cut my
Yeah,
legs
let's
off at the
let's
knees.
stop there. Okay. No, but Millie Alcock has been cast to be Supergirl,
Yeah.
which is exciting. If you don't recognize that name, either you're a new listener to our show and have been living under a rock for a while. But she was the lead for the first part of House of the Dragon.
She's the younger version of
Is it Rhaena or Rhaenyra?
Rhaena. Oh no, Rhaena Targaryen, Rhaenyra,
Yeah, this is where...
Rhaenyra, Ragnar.
Wow, that did not help. Thank you for
Sweet.
that
Anyways,
IMDb.
it's the super blonde-haired girl from House of the
Rhaenyra.
Dragon. Rhaenyra, yeah. The young version of her. It has been cast as Supergirl, which is dope. I do want to mention a joke that I made to you, and it's just funny.
We'll see how this plays over.
It'll be fine.
It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
James Gunn posted something saying that he watched House of the Dragon and knew right away that this was the edge that he needed for the Superman Legacy movie with Supergirl. And I texted Chad and said, incest, the edge we need for DC.
For those of you that haven't watched House of the Dragon, that's a big underlying plot point throughout the entire show. Not that Millie Alcock is involved in incest in any way. That's not the joke we're making. It's a caveat. Sorry for killing your joke. But some people are dumb and just won't catch that. Yeah. But yes, incest. The edge James Gunn needs. Every time. Sometimes I'll scroll back through our old messages to be like, what did I miss for nerd news this week, or what did I breeze past? Yeah. And 2 or 3 times this week I've seen that message, and every time
jokes aside, Millie Alcock, how you feel about it? Supergirl?
I like it. I think that's a good casting. I think that
we already know she can rock the fucking blonde hair.
Yeah, we know and she's just gorgeous. And she can, even in those few episodes, because the first season of House of the Dragon covers multiple decades, right? But in just a few episodes, we saw how dynamic her acting can be. I'm stoked on this. I think it's a fantastic casting.
Yeah, I do too. Let's talk about this just while we're on this topic, real quick. I know we probably wrote it down later in the
James Gunn thing.
Let's just for sake of while we're at, so we're not bouncing around a little bit.
Continuity.
So
get it.
So there's a little bit of backlash happening right now. Chad and I have talked about a lot of weird stuff going on with James Gunn's, not just casting, but kind of a lot of casting decisions with the DCU. One of the big things, there's a couple directors who have spoken out about this, and they have said that it's weird that James Gunn, who's not the director of these movies, he's the Kevin Feige of these. Kevin Feige is
he is directing a couple of them, but he's not going to direct every single one.
Yeah. They think it's weird that James Gunn is he's the one hiring the actors and actresses for these movies when normally it would be the director that would hire actors and actresses
Yeah, or
based
having an
on
entire casting department
yeah,
like Marvel does.
yeah.
Like is
So it's
James
strange that James Gunn is like this is who is going to be in this movie whether you like it or not, and that director, whether they have chemistry with that person or not, has to direct that person. And I'm not saying that Millie Alcock and uh whoever the director would be for these movies wouldn't have
well
chemistry.
for
I'm
Superman Legacy it is James Gunn. But
Is he the director for?
he's doing he's doing that one because it's like his passion project, I guess. Super passionate by, you know, hiring your brother and your best friend and your wife and
Wife, yeah.
it's like a home movie, you know? Like
But anyways, yeah, it's there's a little bit of backlash about it. Like, why would the director not be involved in this?
yeah, that's I find that very strange. And what happens if you know someone is cast for like a future role, like say the role of Batman, right? Like James Gunn is like, "You're Batman," and then when that movie comes along, the director and that actor don't get along, but they haven't already shown up in something else. You know, it's like their first appearance, like, but it's been known for months because James Gunn loves to tweet and post and stuff like that. And now either do you fire the director so that you can keep the person that you personally handpicked, or do you recast and then like that's why that there's casting directors, casting departments, why directors should have a say in the direction of the films that they're hired to do.
Well, what if there's no chemistry? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like the way I put it is like for I won't say what company I work for, even though most people who like follow this like know who I
Or
work for. But it
no,
would be
you.
like my boss, because I'm a manager at my location. It'd be like my boss hiring somebody and being like, "Hey, whether you like it or not, this person is gonna work for you." And then me and that person maybe don't get along, and I'm like, "Okay, this person isn't working out." But I can't fire that person because my boss hired that person.
Yeah.
That that's weird. It's a weird thing to do.
It it creates a weird power dynamic that
Yeah.
I don't think we've really seen.
Yeah.
Um, I'm sure that it's happened in the past, but we just don't know about it. But it gives like the actors like inflated power and weight,
Yeah.
and it diminishes the director.
Mhm. Yeah.
Again, we're not actually in this industry. You know, we're not directors, we're not producers, we're not actors. We're a couple of dudes that like to talk shit on the internet for a podcast. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Um,
We're
but
fans first. So it's
exactly,
just it's a weird thing because whatever. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I'm excited about the casting. I like James Gunn. I really want these movies to do really well. I honestly do. I know that I've been outspoken about like fuck this because I was really butthurt about Henry Cavill, um, because like he was
closer.
just perfect. I mean, he still is, but he was like the perfect Superman.
Yeah.
He's still perfect as a human being, an actor, but yeah. But I was a little butthurt about it, and I kind of shit on this for a little while. But now I'm kind of like I'm still shitting on it, but for different reasons, because it is taking a weird direction, I think, a little bit. But I have faith that James Gunn is gonna make good movies, and hopefully
Because I mean, he does. That's the thing that's so frustrating is he makes enjoyable films,
Yeah.
but his like persona for the public, you're like,
Talk about the party. Talk about the party.
exactly. Yeah, thank you. Like, you have to be a massive twat to have people that you work with throw a fuck you party in your honor. Which is exactly what happened. Was that for the first Guardians?
No, I think it was the most recent one.
Or for Guardian? Okay. Um, but someone that co-wrote the movie with him and didn't get the credit that they deserved.
Zero credit. He
Zero.
completely,
They were not
completely snubbed
included
her, yeah.
at all in any sort of credits, anything. So they threw a fuck James Gunn party, invited everyone but James Gunn. Most people showed up, except for like his wife and probably his brother and Nathan Fillion. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
That's wild.
You have to be a special kind of narcissist to let that happen.
Like, I'm not saying I don't know the guy. I'm just saying if I've been an asshole in my life, and to my knowledge, nobody has ever thrown a fuck Jake party.
Shh, don't tell
Yeah.
him. I'm just kidding.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be like a really big dickhead to get a party thrown, not
Yeah.
really for you, but for being an asshole. Like, fuck this guy.
Yeah.
Let's throw a party and be like, fuck this guy. And that's the
Like-
name of your party.
An infamous type of person. Like,
Yeah.
you can be a dick to a handful of people, and they'll voice their concerns in their little, like, group chat or when they're all hanging out. But to get an entire fucking party? Jesus. Yeah.
We got a lot to get through.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I just looked at it and I was like, holy fuck, we're only on the second top.
Yeah. Well, technically second and fourth.
But this ties into the last one, so.
Yeah. So let's talk about something that could still be DC related. About
It's a want, but I don't know if it'll happen.
Wants and rumor,
It probably
yeah.
won't. Matthew Vaughn.
unless Netflix gets can buy out the Snyderverse stuff.
It's not looking good.
No, it's really
But-
not. But
Matthew Vaughn wants to make a Kingdom Come Superman movie with Henry Cavill, which would be a aged out Superman and not necessarily a good guy. Which he does come around. If you know anything about the Kingdom Come comics, is that he's not a good guy, but he does come around and does the right thing in the end. But I think that would be fucking dope. Will it happen?
probably not.
Probably not. And also one of those directors that talked shit about James Gunn, hiring people without the director as being involved was Matthew Vaughn.
Yvonne. I love him. I know that you don't like a handful of his movies, like the Kingsman films.
I just
enjoyed
thought they
them.
were, yeah, it's whatever. Sorry.
I mean, they're based on like a graphic novel, so that's probably why they're a little campy. But yeah. Speaking of people, well, I don't know why I said speaking of, but Dakota Johnson, who is set to be the Madam of Madam Web, she fired her agents very, very recently over
before the movies even come out.
because of the movie.
Do you think it's gonna be good?
So not good.
Oh, then why did she fire her?
Yeah. It's my guess is that they pressured her into it and they're like, yeah, but like Sony, Spider-Man, this is a great opportunity. And then she probably had a terrible experience making the movie. It makes no sense. It doesn't seem like it's very true to any sort of the comic source material. And then the trailer came out and everyone's like, dumb. And she's like, this was a mistake. Y'all are fired.
You're fired. You're fired.
It's huge.
It's huge. Anyways, yeah, the movie hasn't even come out. It's finished, and she just fired her agent because of this movie.
Movie comes
which
out in
does
11
not-
days.
Which does not really give a lot of hope for this movie to be any good.
Reassurance. Yeah, no, nothing.
Also, I sent this to you. The people who made this movie, all four writers and creators of this movie are the same people who did Morbius.
It's Morbin time.
And Morbius was
Hot
fucking
garbage.
trash fire. Yeah, it was just the worst
garbage.
fucking movie. The only good thing that I'll say about Morbius is that he looked cool. When he wasn't flying and leaving a purple trail behind him.
Yeah. Also, I mean, that can be the same for Venom. Like the Venom films.
Yeah.
Looks
You know how I feel about Venom.
awesome.
Yeah.
Not great movies.
No.
At all.
No. So that's where we're at. Thanks, Sony, for only making... How does Sony get into the... I'm sorry, I'm going to go off for a second. How does Sony get into the Spider-Verse so fucking right and then get everything else Spider-Man so fucking wrong? How?
It's a very, 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 very simple explanation. Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah. I was like, what do you mean? But what do you mean? Now I get it, yeah.
It is the Sony Pictures cinematic universe of Spider-Man characters. First off, fuck your branding.
Yeah.
Stop. Just stop. Animated, they can use all the Spider people that they want. They can't make their own Spider-Man films without Marvel's oversight. Because that's the deal that they came to. Good decision, by the way. But that means, but they still own the rights to the pantheon of Spider-Man rogue characters. So they're like, we know, we're going to make a bunch of movies setting up all these villains, but we're going to make these bad guys super likable so that when they have to face off against a real hero, you're going to be conflicted. And then they all sucked. And people are like, please stop.
I hope
it's the duck-billed human baby from South Park just being like, kill me.
the rumor is that the Spider-Man movies with Tom Holland will clash with these movies sooner than we think. And I'm hoping that he just... Because they're working on the Sinister Six movie now with these characters. And
they've been working on a Sinister Six movie since Andrew Garfield.
Garfield, yeah. Yeah. But I just... Whatever. Anyways,
Sony cannot be left alone to do the side movies either.
And like, why
stick with the animated ones where you can explore the Spider-Verse and
why are we doing the villain movies, making the villains good guys? Show the villains being villains. If you want to make a villain movie about a villain, a Spider-Man villain, don't make them likable.
Silence of the Lambs.
Make it like a horror movie. Make them like a fucking Dexter, and just make them like the center point of the Yeah, make them the center point. Go for it. Yeah, I'm all for that. But make them a bad person.
I
And
mean,
they're like, oh, let's make this person super likable. And they're like, oh my God. And they tell jokes. And
you've said
like,
this since day one of this podcast that you love a villain who thinks they're a bad guy or who
no,
thinks
thinks
that
they're
they're
a
a good
good
guy,
guy. Good guy.
but they are intrinsically evil.
That's what makes a
Make
good villain.
make
A good
that
villain
story.
thinks they are. This is my Lex Luthor. This is my favorite fucking what like point to make is that Lex Luthor thinks he's the good guy. He thinks he's protecting the world from Superman, and it's the other way around. And I think that a good villain thinks they're a good guy, but they're bad to the bone. And that's what we need. We don't want likable, fucking cuddly Tom Hardy. Okay, I want a fucking gruesome, fucking badass Venom that just murders people for the fun of it. Venom is not a likable character in the comics, the cartoons, any iteration of Venom until fucking Sony was like, let's make a Venom movie. And now we have 3 movies of a fucking teddy
Well,
bear
there was
that
still like
bites heads
the
off of people.
in the comics. There's still what in the cartoons like the bigger Jaws moments where Venom was like, "Let's set aside our differences for now, but then I'm gonna bite your head off." But those were few and far between.
Yeah.
It was not a, "Oh, I want to protect this and get some tater tots and chicky nuggies afterwards." It's like, no, like
No. Eddie Brock, without the symbiote, is an asshole.
asshole.
He's an asshole. He's an asshole. Uh, so pairing him with the symbiote, that's why the symbiote and Eddie Brock work so well together, is that Eddie Brock is a fucking douchebag. So in the comics, that's why the symbiote and him work so well together. In the movies, they're trying to make Eddie Brock is like this nice guy who's like not trying to be like a whatever, but the symbiote is also this like likable, like funny guy. It's like
No.
a rom-com. It's like stop, you fucks. They're both assholes. They're assholes. Like, stop trying to make them so likable. They're both assholes. And then when they get together, they're super asshole. That's the point of Venom. And it's like, now, like you said, when they do bring in Spider-Man and they eventually, hopefully, fight, it's going to be like, who are we rooting for here?
Yeah.
Because they tried to make this guy like this nice guy, and now Spider-Man is just going to beat the ever-living piss out of him. Hopefully, but like, come on, you
Yeah,
guys are
it's
fucking Sony sucks. You suck, Sony.
do better. And if
You
it's
can't. You
if
can't.
it's Spider-Man related, if it is Marvel character related, at the very least, you have the expenses because of what Marvel has done for you with fucking Spider-Man, to where you could, I don't know, bring in a fucking consultant or an executive producer from Marvel. And they can be like, no, don't do that. You're dumb.
We're gonna have to watch. We're gonna have to go to Madam Web together. Yeah.
Oh
we're gonna
my
have
god,
to-
hell yeah.
Yeah. And then it really doesn't leave. And then I'm moving on because we have a couple more topics to get through. But it really doesn't leave a lot of hope for Craven.
There wasn't a lot of hope for Craven to begin with.
I mean, I like the idea. I like the character. I love the character in the
Yeah, but
comics,
he
the
just
cartoons, everything.
Gets like bitten
And
or like
And Aaron Taylor Johnson,
love him.
I love Aaron Taylor Johnson, and he looks somewhat the part. I personally think that
Momoa
Jason
would have been
Momoa
better.
would have been way better.
Agreed, but
But I'll take ATJ.
I mean, he bulked up, which was
He
appreciated.
bulked up when he was like 18 and he just stayed bulked up.
Yeah, he just like slowly kept getting a shorter neck and wider shoulders. Just.
But I just there's just not a lot of hope there. But let's move on. We shit on Sony for a little while here.
Yeah, very
I
sorry.
will give them. I will give them the Spider-Verse movies, mwah, the best Spider-Man movies
Ever.
I've ever seen.
Yeah,
I've ever seen.
perfection.
Yeah. So
Well, since we had covered in the past, Jonathan Majors being outed as from the Kang role, because of everything that happened.
Doosel. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not going to get into that today. We kind of covered it in the past, but we'd thrown around a couple of people that we wouldn't mind seeing be the recasted Kang. Right now, the rumor is John David Washington, which was
There's
not.
two rumors. What's his name? Domingo.
Coleman Domingo.
Yeah. Yes. Him and John David Washington are the top names that I keep seeing and hearing.
I like both of those a lot. Coleman Domingo is also just an incredible, likable person.
And he's, no offense to John David Washington, he's just Jonathan Majors is a big guy. Coleman Domingo is also a big guy. John David Washington is like 5'7", maybe 5'8", or something like that.
He's that short?
Yeah, he's a little guy.
Oh,
he's a little guy. Not in a mean way. Not in a mean way. I'm just saying.
We love our short kings.
Like, yeah, get you short king, but
oh yeah. Fuck.
Yeah.
He's 5'9".
Yeah, he's a little guy. So Coleman Domingo, I think, would, in my opinion, yeah. Plus, I didn't know until that video I sent you the other day. I had no idea he was gay.
No, and
I had
that
zero.
story was so.
Dude,
that was
seriously.
So fucking cute.
Yeah,
of how he met his husband.
Yeah, they've been together for 19 years. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I had no fucking clue. Yeah.
Yeah. This now feels terrible because you brought that up as to why I think that John David Washington would be a better fit. And it's strictly age. I don't know what Marvel has planned for the future of Kang, how long Kang is going to last, if it's going to be a reoccurring thing even after Secret Wars. But Coleman Domingo is pushing 55, and John David Washington's
seriously
35 or 39.
He does not look it.
Yeah, he's 54.
Good for you, bro.
Oh yeah, I mean he looks fucking fantastic.
He does not look that old. Not that that's that old, but wow. Black don't crack, bro.
Glad you said it. I wanted to, and I was like, I'm the white one on the show. Can't do that.
We're moving on. We got a teaser trailer for Sonic 3. The only thing we really get from it is like the label or the whatever Sonic.
Yeah, title
like,
screen.
symbol. But you do hear Jim Carrey as Robotnik laughing, and it is confirmed that Jim Carrey is returning as Dr. Robotnik, which, fuck yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's also a couple of bigger names that are confirmed to be in this, but are not tied to characters yet. I'm going to go from
6 to midnight.
Kind of. I'm going to start with Cristo Fernandez, who you would know as Danny Roja from Ted Lasso. Football is life.
Football is life. And then he killed the Greyhound.
And it gave him the yips for like 6 months. Yeah. And then Kristen Ritter.
Mm-hmm.
Love her. Breaking Bad, Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones.
The B in apartment 203 or whatever it is.
Don't trust the bee in apartment like something
Yeah.
23.
B, yeah, whatever. She's confirmed to be in it. And then the big one is Daddy Vader himself, Hayden Christensen.
Yeah. I heard that. I don't think that one's confirmed, but I heard it.
He's confirmed in it, but still unnamed. Like,
Noise.
but everyone is saying they hope that he is Shadow.
Nice. Okay.
Should be
This other, all right, the other one, this one we've been talking about since they announced it. The official casting for the live action How to Train Your Dragon has been released. We got Julian Dennison. You know him from Deadpool 2. He's Firestarter or whatever the fuck his name is.
Fire Fist.
Fire Fist, yeah.
Is that what it was?
It's just a spicy fisting.
Fire Fist. Yeah.
Gerard Butler is reprising his role as Stoic, and then Mason Thames playing Hiccup. Mason Thames is from Black Phone. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's an awesome horror movie. Yeah. And then Nico Parker as Astrid. Nico Parker played
Megan
Joel's
from The Last of Us.
Joel's daughter. I don't know what her name was in The Last
Sarah.
of Us, but
Why did I say Megan? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sarah.
his daughter that gets gunned down in the
Episode
beginning.
1, unfortunately.
Yeah, episode 1. Dude, I'm
Frost.
fucking stoked about this. I think it's gonna be really good. I showed Chad earlier today, before we started podcasting, video of Toothless on set, and they are going for a more Jurassic Park kind of
practical effects.
They're not using. I mean, I'm sure there'll be a level of CGI to this. Obviously, they can't make a fake dragonfly, so it's going to be whatever. But
rolling around, you know.
It's a giant, fucking like robotic dragon that they're using, and it looks so good. We should post it on our site so that people can see it. The video that I sent you, if you can do that. Then,
I will. The one that you sent me, I'll try and see if I can save it and repost it.
It looks so good, and I love the practical effects over CGI. I think it's.
It looks so hot.
And I love How to Train Your Dragon. It's my favorite cartoon franchise ever. Well, that's it's seconded now by Across the Spider-Verse. Well, Into the Spider-Verse.
I would say it's. I'm just gonna say top 5. It changes based on my mood, but it's always up there, especially the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I can't...
Jonesy.
Oh my god! And from, I think it was the third animated one where One Day Away. I don't know if that's what it's actually called. I don't know. It's been used across.
It's still Jonesy, right?
I think so. I think Jonesy did a lot.
They did all 3 of the movies, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so hot. I love these movies.
Dude, it's fucking hot. Speaking of hot, like the hottest. Sponsor number 2. Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. It's a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes on practically anything. Listen up, we'll tell you more about it.
Hey, you nerds. Do you love spice? Supporting small businesses? What about enhancing the flavor of your favorite foods? If you said yes to any of those, our good friends over at Crybaby Craig's have the perfect solution for you. Crybaby Craig's is a pickled habanero and garlic hot sauce that goes perfectly with your favorite foods, adding the perfect amount of spice and enhancing the flavor of everything it touches. Started in Minneapolis by Craig back in 2012, Crybaby Craig's has become a Minneapolis and Minnesota staple in the sauce world. So head over to crybabycraigs.com and order yours today. Okay, friends, so we're going to wrap up this episode, but before we do close out, we want to talk about our honorable mentions. Jake, what you got for us this week?
As I mentioned last week, I have been watching Masters of the Air with Austin Butler and Barry Keoghan, and other people obviously, but uh, and I'm still really liking it. I'm sailing this show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it.
It's
It's
maybe
not
looking
really
to
a
add to the
nerdy
list.
topic, which is the only reason we're not like talking about it. But it is really fucking good. Let it cook. The first episode's a little slow, but it gets really fucking good. Um, the other thing that I am watching right now, Nicole and I started watching True Detective season 4. The nice thing about the True Detective series is that no season has anything to do with the other season. They're one-off seasons. Um, and it is creepy. This season is
I bet their final
wild.
season, they all intertwine.
No, there's no way.
I would be really mad
There's
to know
no
that
way.
that happened.
There
But
is no fucking way that that could happen. No,
I'm sorry for
no.
interrupting. This
There's no.
you were saying this season is creepy so far.
It's creepy. It's got like a. They're making it seem like there's a the previous 3 seasons have been like gritty cop, like cops like taking down serial killers or like a mafia family or something like that.
And
And
they've
they've
been
been,
like period pieces, right? Like,
yeah,
like the
they've been really,
70s,
really
the
good.
80s.
No, 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 no. They're set in real time. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, they are?
Yeah, so the first season and the third season, I guess the second season is the only one that didn't do it. They bounce back and forth. So the first season is
Oh.
Woody Harrelson and Matthew McConaughey, um, and it takes place in the past, but then there are like parts of it that are in the future, so they don't end up solving the case until their future like selves.
Oh.
Um, but the second season doesn't do that at all, which is really cool. And then the third season kind of goes back to that. It's Mahershala Ali and Stephen Dorff who played
Steven?
Deacon Frost
Wow,
in
yeah.
Blade. Yeah. And it does that back and forth thing again.
So then season
This
2 is the one with Vince Vaughn.
Yep, Vince Vaughn, Colin Farrell, Rachel McAdams.
I need to watch this
Um,
fucking show.
yeah,
I
they're
I have
they're
not
all
watched
the
any of them.
seasons are fantastic. Plus, if you're a degenerate like myself and yourself, the first season, Alexandra Daddario gets totally naked a lot. Um, which ties into our
I'm just kidding.
Percy Jackson. Anyways, the fourth season I've been watching it right now. It's Jodie Foster, and I don't know the other actress's name, but it is playing on a supernatural kind of a feel to it. Um, I don't think it actually is supernatural, but they're definitely giving off that vibe this season, which is so far from the past 3 seasons. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it. I just finished the third episode the other night, and it was creepy. It actually legitimately creeped me out. So that's what I'm watching. How about you, Chad?
um, yeah, I'm not going to be able to. I haven't watched the show, so I can't. I was trying to pull up that actress's name, but I don't know who it is.
Let's see if I can do it.
So just because we're a month away, I decided to rewatch Dune, Part 1 this week. I also finished up watching all the Godzilla Kong connected things, but I've talked about that, for the past couple weeks. So, rewatched Dune Part 1. Forgot how incredible that movie is. The soundtrack, everything about it, just love it. got me really excited for next month because it's like March 5th, March 3rd.
Her name is either Kali or Kaylee Reese. I
Okay.
haven't seen her in anything else. Anyways, keep going. Sorry.
Oh, March 1st. Wow. I'm so good at time. Uh, March 1st
March
is
1st.
when Dune Part 2 comes out.
Ooh, I'm fucking stoked for that, dude.
Yeah. So I just rewatched Part 1. Loved it. Again. Just so good. That is one thing, because the first part came out during the pandemic, so I didn't go to the movie theater to see it. You know, I watched it at home because they released it directly, to stream. And I'm so excited when part 2 comes out, whether you and I, Jake, if we go together or
I
not.
think so.
It has to be on the monster screen, IMAX. I don't care if I
I
have
think
to
it's
drive.
only. I think they exclusively are releasing it only on the IMAX screen.
Well, they booked out so that nothing else can be released on IMAX or shown on the IMAX in theaters during that time. I'm sure that we can see it on a normal screen, but because I didn't get to...
But why would you?
Yeah, because I didn't get to experience the first part in theaters, so I want to IMAX. Just have to.
Yeah.
The other thing that I've been watching is I started watching Griselda on Netflix. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's from the people that brought us Narcos. But it is a Sofia Vergara. No. Did I?
That's right. Yeah.
Yep.
You're good.
I'm sorry. I was
Power through.
confusing her with someone else for a second. She leaves Colombia from the Medellin cartel, which is Pablo Escobar, and then she creates her own drug crime empire in Miami. I'm an episode and a half in. I am fucking hooked. Because
Did you watch Narcos?
I didn't finish Narcos. But what's really interesting is at the start of this show, there is a quote from Pablo Escobar that says, "I only ever feared one man, and it was a woman, Griselda Blanco." So, like, this is going to be fucking intense. The first episode was insane. Beating the shit out of someone with a baseball bat because they stole your drugs. And also, like, watching someone get stabbed through the back of the head and having the blade of a machete pop out the front of the face. Like, it's bloody, it's gory, fantastic. I know, I heard it too. I'm really enjoying it. We'll see how it goes, because this is supposed to be like a one and done season. And then I'll go back to Narcos.
Did you even finish the first season of Narcos?
Yeah, I think I got through. I don't think I finished season 2. Because I started watching it, and then like a bunch of nerdy other stuff came out, and then ADHD.
Which is where we're about to be in like a month. We have so much.
Which means I
Like,
gotta
we're-
get going.
Right now we're struggling to like pull shit together. To like, we're not struggling. I mean, we can talk. Like,
I mean,
whatever.
that's why we allowed ourselves to just like rant and rave during that
Yeah.
nerd news segment.
But we have so much nerd shit coming out. Like, in the next like month or two, like we're gonna be, yeah. Homework is gonna be. I love calling it homework. I say it to Nicole all the
By
time.
calling it homework, you can almost make it a tax write-off.
Yeah. I'm like,
Did I do that
Nicole's
when
like,
I did my taxes
I
3
like
days
wake
ago?
up early
Yes.
in the morning. I'm like, I gotta go do my homework, and she's like, because my
For
homework is
those of you that
watching.
aren't watching us on YouTube, first off, shame on you. Second
Yeah,
off, Jake just shook his head no.
she's not having that, but she lets me do it anyway because she's awesome. But we have a lot coming out in the next like month or two, and it's
Well, 11 days
gonna be
from the
wild.
day that we're recording, Madam Web comes out. So we're going to, it's going to be a fun time to go see this comedy together.
Yeah,
You know, I just.
maybe it'll surprise us. We've been surprised before, so I don't want to say it.
Shazam
Yeah,
surprised the shit out of
yeah,
us.
yeah.
Still love
Black
them.
Adam surprised us. I thought Black Adam was pretty good.
It was mid. It was better than what I expected.
Yeah, Shazam 2 was bomb though.
Yeah.
I
Taste the rainbow,
and
motherfucker!
yeah, and I don't give a shit about Zachary. Who
Levi.
gives a shit?
Levy.
Whatever the fuck his name is. Yeah, just to show how much I don't care about
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Mm.
Anyways,
Well, if our listeners stuck through all of that, especially the last 4 minutes of that, and would like to support us, the best thing to do is to what, Jake?
give us.
Give us your money.
I knew what you were doing.
I know you were just being a butt. Yeah, the best way to do that is to head over to Buy Me a
Give us your
Coffee.
money.
buymeacoffee.com/allthingsnerd. It's a monthly subscription, but you get a lot in return. Member exclusive merch, behind the scenes, ways to talk to us directly, and depending on how much you're willing to give on a monthly basis, a chance to be on the show, which is pretty sweet. If not, just head over to allthingsnerdpod.com, check out our merch store. Pick up something there. It's a way to give us your money, but you still get something out of it. Also, shout out to Digicat Tech for our new website and helping us out with some of our digital marketing needs. If you need help in that arena as much as we did and do and will continue to need, reach out to Digicat Tech.
Yeah. Check out our website and you'll see exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah. And we're working with them to continuously update it, blogs, everything like that. We're also, just trying to stay on top of things a little bit better. Also, if you are a fan of tabletop RPGs, please check out the Kobolds in the Basement podcast. It's a live play D&D podcast that I host. Other than that, we love you all. Have a good night, and cheers. This has been the All Things Nerd Podcast.